You're rocking with the best. You are now rocking with the best.
Being sick or injured can be frustrating, but deciding where to go for care doesn't have to be. With one call to the Monument Nurse Triage line, you can speak with a highly trained nurse who will assess your symptoms and help you determine the appropriate level of care based on your specific needs. Whether it's self-care at home, heading to one of our urgent care locations, the emergency room, or making an appointment with your primary care physician, we're here for you. Call 605-755-1350.
Welcome. We are back with another 605 show, whether you like it or not. I am your host, Alana Snyder.
And I'm Dan Card.
Who's delayed. You know what? I trust Monument Health.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like if you were ever injured or hurt.
Which, by the way, my husband was just hurt 2 weeks ago, and Monument Health helped him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, by the way,
I need to know the backstory.
Yeah, it's we were doing the Mickelson Trail. And he dragged me. I mean, I don't know if you're shocked. Don't laugh. I'm not that athletic. And he made me go on a bike ride that was 45 miles from Spearfish to Hill City. Even with an e-assist, I struggled. I ended up taking a bottle of water from a little girl. Okay, not proud of that moment. But halfway through the easy part, John decided, even though, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Mickelson Trail, but it's very gravelly. So like it's kind of like snow where like it's easier to like follow another bike trail because then if you hit like a patch of gravel, you're gonna probably eat shit.
It's not a family show, you can say.
I mean, so yeah, John, who's notorious for doing stuff on his phone, is bicycling and then is taking a photo of me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I hear, "Oh, I got a really good photo of you." And then all of a sudden,
nice.
He fell.
Did he break something?
He got severe road rash.
Oof.
Which is disgusting. At one point, it looked like coral on his arm. It was really cute. And then he dislocated his wrist, to which then we got to the stop in between, which we were close to, thank goodness, was Moonshine Gulch to have lunch. And John just kept saying, like, I don't feel good. And then apparently he was playing with it and relocated his wrist and then passed out.
Yeah.
And I thought he was joking, so I started taking photos of him, thinking he was playing dead.
That's
and I was like, yes. And then all of a sudden, like, I got done and I'm like, you can stop now.
He's done.
And he was completely like Casper White. And I was like, oh God. And then all of a sudden,
you could have ended up on Dateline. that was almost a true crime. Like, woman kills husband with iPhone?
But literally, there were 4 other people who vouched for me. They're like, I thought he was joking too. But he started shaking, burst into a sweat, and we realized he went into shock. So then 2 people were nice enough to take him to Monument Health. And then I was like, I'll go with you, babe. Because like I did not want to go up the 7-mile hill. And he was like, you have to finish the ride.
Must go on.
And I was like, no. So I did. Okay. I finished the ride. And I'll never do it again.
And you carried Madame Zeroni up the mountain.
Yep.
Or whatever the thing you had to do in Holes was.
Oh my God.
Remember that? You know, he had to carry the kid. He had to finish the climb up the mountain.
Oh my God. So yeah, he got back,
good
realized he only dislocated it. So then he showed up to the bar with like a little tiny, whatever they're called. What are they called? Not a cast.
Like a splint?
Like a splint.
Like a soft cast or splint? Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, let's go. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't just go up 7 miles up a hill.
Yeah. They got them all hopped up.
You just got an X-ray.
Like they got them all hopped up on whatever the pain meds, and he comes back to the bar. There's
something comforting, like especially the older you get. I don't know if you agree with me, where there's some nice peace and quiet when you get helped at a hospital because like you don't have to answer to anybody. Everyone's taking care of you. You can just sit back and have an X-ray.
Where are you going, Dad? I'm going to the hospital. Why? I just need a vacay. I need a break.
I just want the little ice.
They have a facility for that.
I just need a break.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, like you get the ice chips.
Oh, ice chips are the best.
Certain hospital food too is not like it's nostalgic. If anyone who's ever spent significant time in a hospital due to an injury or something, like there's some nostalgia to certain hospital foods.
And it's getting better too. The menu's getting better. Let's just go to the hospital.
Thank God I haven't needed to go in for any major injuries or anything like that in a while. But sometimes they used to make like the fried chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Back before that was like a trendy food item. They got revamped and kind of redone.
It was their idea before Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but like imagine like a frozen Costco like Kirkland chicken patty, like the ground chicken patty that's like breaded on like a Wonder Bread, white Wonder Bread bun.
Fantastic.
It just had such like with
Just bland as hell.
Yeah, bad ranch.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
Give it to
bad
me.
ranch. You know, if the
that's the new campaign. Do you need a rest?
yeah, if the major accident didn't kill you, don't worry. The hospital food might. Don't worry. We're still coming for you. Goodness, no. there's
Anyways,
some
Monument
peace and
Health,
quiet
thank
there.
you for all you do.
They do some good work. There's some beautiful facilities out there too in Rapid City. They got some really
And it's booming.
really cool stuff. It is.
It's everywhere now.
It's growing. Good
Black
for them.
Hills.
Well, we
Good for
appreciate
them.
them and their support.
Yes. You know
Shout
what I
out to Monument
appreciate?
Health.
I appreciate the current issue of 605 magazine. It is the August lifestyle issue. It's out now. Follow along as we visit places like Good Roots Farm and Gardens in Brookings, Firehouse Brewing Company in Rapid City, and Wayne and Mary's in Sioux Falls and more. Pick up a copy or read online at 605magazine.com.
Love it.
I did not get to go to Good Roots Farm and Gardens. Greta, who's over there being quiet. One day she'll be on. One day we'll reveal her.
You think so?
Should we put like a tarp over her and then like lift it?
A tarp? Why a tarp?
I meant to say sheet.
A
and
tarp
came
seems so
out.
like commercial, industrial. You know what I mean? Maybe like a nice.
But they got to go, and it was like magical with goats and like wood fire pizza and music and
Very agrarian.
homemade lemonade.
Yeah,
A
very
98-year-old farm, just beautiful. This is the stuff that South Dakota's made of.
I love that. Like people, like there's some really cool things like that. This one in Brookings, we just talked about Lake Kempesca up in Watertown, right? Some cool stuff. There's hidden gems all over the place,
All
folks.
over the place.
Get out, go see some stuff.
And there's more events I will tell you about right now, Dan. We have Riverboat Days and Summer Arts Festival, August 16th through the 18th, Riverside Park, Yankton. Head to Riverside Park to enjoy Yankton's can't-miss summer event, Yankton Riverboat Days and Summer Arts Festival. Check out a variety of park and food vendors and activities, including a 5K, no thank you, free fireworks and entertainment from artists like Randy Hauser, Diamante, Judd Hoos, and more. Oh, Judd Hoos. More info, riverboatdays.com. And also, I went a couple years ago. I'd never been. Like everyone, I went to USD, so like everyone would go there when college would start. And I was so jealous. But also, the Summer Arts Festival part of it is awesome. I bought a ton of art from that. So definitely check that out. I've also been to the Fall River Hot Air Balloon Festival, August 23rd to the 25th, Hot Springs Airport, and it's all over Hot Springs. Relish in the spectacle of hot air balloons soaring in the sky. The 9th annual Fall River Hot Air Balloon Festival. Saturday hosts the breathtaking flight at the Hot Springs Municipal Airport at 6 a.m. Ouch. The weekend does not stop there as Centennial Park offers food trucks, vendors, music, and light up downtown, which is awesome, at various venues on Saturday night. More info, fallriverballoonfest.com. That event is so special. If you can ever make it, I definitely recommend that for South Dakota. It is
You ever been to a hot air balloon?
twice. 3 times.
Oh, no.
Joe says
never
no.
been to a hot air
Never.
balloon either.
Which
I'd
we'll
love
get
to.
to him.
Bucket list item.
Yeah, it's kind of
really
fun.
fun.
Yeah. I went up once with like the tether.
Oh.
Which is like training wheels, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the
yeah.
equivalent of- So like they
okay.
tether the balloon
They
to
don't
the ground.
dangle
Like
you from the balloon.
no, that
Okay,
happened later.
okay.
When I just fell out. No, I'm just kidding. That never happened. No, I went up once with the tether, and that was cool. And I was like, oh, this is neat. And then kind of went up without one, and I was like, I know you can steer them technically. Like you can, they're like. It's something
have
you can
steering wheels, but
navigate.
they actually
like,
don't really
But you
do
can like
anything.
adjust to the gas. You know what I mean? You can adjust the gas and like how
Right,
much
right.
is stuff in there. It still just didn't feel right. Like just at the mercy of the wind a little too much
Yeah.
for me.
It's definitely cool. A
Like if I
really
had
awesome way to see
if
South
I
Dakota.
needed, that would be very peaceful. Speaking of peaceful,
Yeah, and it's so quiet,
what
except
I mean?
for the fire, which is hilarious. I did it. I did a hot air balloon in Italy.
oh, like the burner.
Yeah. I did it in Italy, and like there were goats down below us, and they kept stopping. And then every time we did the fire, they're like, me, stop, me. It was the entire way. But anywhoozle, next also we have the South Dakota State Fair, which I've never been. Have you?
Not this one. No,
I've always wanted to go.
nope. I've been to a couple of counties, but not the state fair.
That's my goal next year. August 28th through September 2nd, the South Dakota State Fairgrounds Huron. State times vary. The countdown is on for a week full of fun at the South Dakota State Fair. The fair kicks off Wednesday with Bull Bash, and the festivities continue with performances by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Let's go.
Give me a kick. I'm going to throw my money at them.
You should.
Take my money, Goo Goo Dolls. Riley Green and Trace Adkins. Oh, that's fun too. The classic fair, nosh and fun for all ages, showcasing the best of the state. More info, sdstatefair.com.
Well done, guys. Well, way to sneak Nosh in there.
The Googs.
Well done.
The Goo Goos.
Google Dolls. You know what I mean?
I wanted to cry. I forgot the fray was last Saturday at the fair in Sioux Falls.
Wow, what a throwback.
I literally was washing the dishes and I was like, oh.
Somebody told me the other day. No, okay, this is somebody who's younger, like several years younger. They're like the Fray's so underrated, and I was like, they were fairly appropriately rated when they came out. Like I remember being at a music festival in Tempe in like 2007, and they were big.
They're not like Nickelback, which now, thank God for their renaissance. By the way,
the resurgence.
Yeah,
the meteoric rise, fall, and then rise again of Chad Kroeger and the crew from Canada.
Oh my God!
Gosh,
one of the best concerts again that I've ever seen.
Man,
is Nickelback.
I did break up with a girl though because she got me tickets to a Nickelback show.
You need to apologize.
This was years ago.
But is it too late to apologize?
Cue the Fray.
Well, that's One Republic.
Dang it! Maybe they are underrated. What was How to Save a Life? That's the Fray.
Oh, they had so many, dude. If you go to Pandora or Spotify, I guess nowadays, the Fray channel is Chef's Kiss.
Nice. I feel like you could also just go back and watch reruns of like mid 2000s sitcoms like ABC and CW shows.
Oh, like Grey's Anatomy had a lot of the Fray.
That's it. That's all it was.
I remember the Lost, one of the final seasons. They had
Fray.
You found me.
Yeah.
You found me.
Get it? Because they were lost.
They were lost.
Man, to be a fly on the wall in those meetings.
Can we work for them?
How's the show work? We're longing glances. we're gonna steal a lot of extended gazes, and then we're gonna play the Fray. We're gonna have people smoldering at each other in scrubs, and that's the plot.
Oh yeah, because there was like a love story going on that season. God, Lost is so good, and that's one of those shows that everyone either loved or hated the end. Did you ever get into that show?
To a degree, I kind of got burned out.
Oh,
and when I say that makes it sound like I was way more involved. So I need to add context. It's a long running show. There's a lot of layers, and it's kind of like it was hard for me to stay involved.
Oh, like you just got like lost.
Bored. Yeah. It's right there in the name.
Because there's different ways of that. Because I know what you mean. I have like when I watched Breaking Bad, I had to take literal breaks.
Yep.
Because like it was so much emotionally that I was like,
I thought it was because you started selling narcotics.
Oh well, yeah, because it gave me ideas. It's like Mad Men when I just got hammered because
that was a bad show. So I started watching Mad Men right as my I stopped doing college football and track that year. So it was like a summer. I was like, I don't have camp to prep for. I don't have any training to prep for. And the folks I was living with really enjoyed Mad Men, and we just sat around and drank.
Because you drank with them.
You just drank with them, which is insane because all of those guys died of cirrhosis.
Oh my gosh, they do. Yeah, and then like the whole time you have that song in your head, we're like,
and just start swirling your drinks randomly.
You're like, I'm gonna take a day nap.
Yeah. Oh man.
They loved a good day nap. Nap, wink. Anyways, speaking of day naps, let's see if Joe Batcheller takes one from downtown Sioux Falls.
Yeah. Are you a day napper?
I am not a day napper.
Okay.
I will wake up in the middle of the night and then go back to bed. I don't know why. But
it's called getting old.
So I take night naps.
Is it because you have to wake up and have a pee-pee?
How do you sleep at night? No, I take 9 30-minute naps at night with 15 minutes in between.
I've had friends that ask me that too. They're like, do you get up and then go to the bathroom and then you just like can't go back to bed? I'm like, it's called just getting older.
Called being an adult.
Oh my gosh. And then you have to scroll for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just sometimes like the uncontrolled screaming that comes from the void. You know what I mean? Does anyone else have that issue? Like you just me with the night terrors? Okay, got it.
Just you, Dan.
I don't know if it was just okay, well, moving on. Welcome to the podcast, Joe.
Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You've been a busy man as always.
Yeah, spinning those plates, keeping them in the air. It's a lot to do and it's a lot of fun. So
right.
I'm lucky to be in the middle of it all.
For anybody living under a rock, quick, can you introduce yourself and tell us about what you do?
Okay,
at downtown Sioux Falls?
I am Joe Batcheller, born and raised in Sioux Falls, and I don't know.
What's your sign?
My sign? I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
All right, shut it down.
Okay. Darn it. Okay. It's been great, guys.
I wish I knew enough about the signs to actually.
I like to go for long walks in downtown. I moved away for a while and came back. My background is in urban planning, and this opportunity with downtown Sioux Falls came along about 9 years ago.
That's 9 years ago?
Yeah, crazy. I know. I can't believe it's been that long already. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun to return to my hometown. And I don't know, I've always had an affinity for Sioux Falls and just loved the city. And we've got so much potential as a city, and it's fun to be a part of moving the needle.
What year did you come back then? 2015?
Yeah.
So you moved back the same year I moved here.
Look at you guys.
Yeah.
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 Good for you.
Serendipity.
Man, and downtown's just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Wait,
Yeah.
are you saying it's you two?
No, I'm saying it's Joe. If anything, I have detracted from the property value.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how has downtown, since you've been there, changed with like the different teams you've had? Because like you've had a lot of different people kind of come in and out, and they've all been amazing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of been one of those things where it's an opportunity for people to cut their teeth, and there's been a lot of great leaders that have come out of downtown Sioux Falls Incorporated. You got Brian Maynard running Startup Sioux Falls now. You got Sadie Swear at CEO East. I don't know the whole name because it's like
name.
50 words long.
It's a thing.
But yeah, we've had some great folks that I've been able to be a part of their development professionally.
What was it like in 2015, like downtown? Like, paint me a picture compared to now.
So we had fewer promotions, we had more events, and that we've sort of evolved a little bit since then because back in the 90s, downtown Sioux Falls was kind of the main event company for downtown, if you will. And we did a couple of car shows. I can't remember what else we had. There was like hot classic nights, hot summer nights.
Oh yeah, hot summer nights. Yeah.
And we did Downtown Live, was another music festival. But as downtown has grown and new businesses and organizations have located here, more events have come along with that. And so, we were the only game in town trying to bring people to downtown. I shouldn't say we were the only game in town, but we were the main game as far as that goes. And so we don't really need to do those things so much anymore. But where our lane is, like where we can really add value is getting people into businesses. And so we've really built out a calendar of promotions. So we've got, Art and Wine Walk, we've got Burger Battle, we've got Mash Madness, all these different promotions that happen. Yeah, Pork Showdown's coming up. Yep.
Coming up September.
Yeah. Getting people into businesses and introducing folks to downtown that might not otherwise have that excuse for coming down here. So, it's been a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of growth, and I think we've done a pretty good job of adding value for the business community here.
I think so too.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved, downtown was one of the first places I hung out, met some people, and I was impressed.
You came in at a pretty good time.
I met some really cool people, but it was right at the momentum was building. Like I think, there wasn't like the Pender guys hadn't started the bar empire that they now have with all their stuff going on. Crawford's it was just kind of emerging as like the hot spot. You get Parker's, you get some of these other places, but like just the spread. Yeah, the beer scene was definitely in no way, shape, or form where it was today.
Right.
Like, I think Wood Grain had just opened up, and I think they were the first
only
craft
brick and mortar.
Yep, in downtown.
Downtown. Monks had Gandy Dancer, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah,
that was their micro. You know what I mean? But
Shout out to Monks.
Prairie Berry.
They had Minor.
Yeah. It was just a very different scene.
Yeah.
And not that it was not better or worse, just different. I think that's interesting too to note, like how quickly downtown has evolved, which means like DTSF as a team, as an organization, evolves fast. So when you think about like, you've had a lot of different teams, but like the reality is like it's a different reality every few years.
Yeah.
On what downtown needs.
Right.
Yeah, it's constantly changing.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like was it Mrs. Murphy's?
Mrs. Murphy's Irish Gifts.
And now it's Bibisou. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's crazy to like walk in there and like you realize it when someone tells you that it was Mrs. Murphy's, but you're like, whoa, like how they just changed the space, and it's
because Mrs.
crazy.
Murphy's had to have been. We had them. We did some. You guys did some DTSF podcasts with like the folks that founded that, right? Because that was one of the first businesses. Or I guess I shouldn't say first, but one of the longest running retail businesses downtown.
Yeah, they were around for at least 25 years.
At least, well, I mean, damn.
I don't know if it was quite 30 years, but 26, 27 years, something like that. Man. So, they were a mainstay for a long time. But Yeah, and just in terms of how downtown, how the organization has evolved, and how DTSF, the downtown as a district, has evolved. More people, more activity, and so we've actually doubled size in terms of how many people we employ, and we've got a lot of that growth is with the people that we see out walking around.
Yeah.
On the sidewalks, wearing the red shirts, the DTSF logo, where they're sweeping the sidewalks,
That's
they're
been
watering
awesome.
flowers,
Yeah.
they're engaging with people. And I think that that's made a big difference too. And it's just a great way to take a proactive approach to making downtown a cleaner, more beautiful, charming, welcoming place. And people appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tell people a little bit more about that, because I feel like there's a lot of folks that may listen to this or read 605 or see some of the stuff they post on social, and still, I mean, I was actually just talking to somebody this morning who does a lot of rural development, and we just were sharing like 90 some percent of the communities in South Dakota, are 5,000 people or less. And you look at the country, even more across the country. Most people in our country, whether we realize it or not, like a lot of people live in rural. I mean, obviously there's more dense urban areas, but like a lot of people live in very small communities. Mm-hmm. So like they think of Sioux Falls and they think of downtown, and they might think like, wow, it's a big city, it's dangerous, a lot of stuff going on. I think the downtown ambassadors thing. So give people some background on that. Like, I know they've been helping with some of the maintenance stuff, right? But they also are doing outreach. They are doing some of these things. What's the long-term vision for that?
Yeah, a lot of people might just see them as people with red shirts.
Yeah, like who are they? What do they do? But they're there for a reason. And it's a very well thought out, and in my opinion, like a very intentional strategy behind having those people. Give us a little bit more on that.
Yeah, so I think it was about 2019. I think that was when the Sharapa Phase 2 was just being talked about, and Steel District as well. Those were just concepts at that point. And so that was really planted the seed for, okay, we're going to have a lot more people downtown, and with more people are going to come some opportunities, and there's probably also going to be some issues. So we need to get ahead of that. And we'd worked with the property owners and kind of laid out a vision for how we see being proactive on that front. And property owners were bought into it. And so made an additional investment to be able to make that happen.
Yeah.
I think it's been very well received. This is something that's pretty common in a lot of other downtowns. And I think it does help, to your point, dispel some of those narratives out there. I think that people naturally are going to maybe default to a little bit of a, maybe not the right term, but like a kind of a fear-based mode with something they're just not familiar with. And
it is a big jump. Like, this is the most developed city in the state.
Yeah, we've got the most productive square mile in the state of South Dakota right here in downtown Sioux Falls. And, if you're coming from small town in South Dakota, you might not know what to expect. The thing is, though, when you get down here, so population of downtown we're over 3,000. We'll probably be over 4,000 within a year with all the residential that's been developed. And if you look at that compared to all the towns in South Dakota, I think that downtown itself, if it was its own municipality, would be like ranked something like 18th in the state. Okay. That's like, I don't know, I think bigger than Hot Springs. So my point is, there's that context. When you get down here, we do feel like a small community in a lot of ways.
I tell people that because I live down here, and I've lived down here the entire time I've lived in Sioux Falls, except for a couple of years I was a South Sider. We don't talk about it, but
That's okay.
Way down in the burbs. Yeah, I'll be okay. Just gotta be strong. Just gotta have a warrior spirit. No, like Sioux Falls, like downtown does feel like its own community.
Yeah,
especially if you live down here. If you work down here and you're down here regularly, it's a very tight knit. There's an energy. There's a community there. Like I was surprised. I thought it was maybe more. But 3,000 people is not bad.
Well, and then you look at all the people that work down here too.
That's true.
I mean, you've got a lot of people that are downtown, whether they live here, they work here, they're visiting here, and you get to know everyone. There's people that if I was living in another neighborhood, working in another neighborhood, I might not ever know who they are, and I get to see them walking around up and down the streets every day, and eventually, you're like, having a conversation with them. And, it's like these folks that keep kind of reappearing in your life, kind of the extras of your life start to become your friends and your neighbors. And we have a strong sense of community here as a result of that proximity. So it's,
Right.
I love it.
So you mentioned Sharapa. So let's go back to Riverfest, because that was the original home of Riverfest.
That's right.
And it's going back, baby.
That's right.
We're back.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so we had to go away for a couple of years. We were at Faywick Park, and that was to allow for the construction to happen. It was would have been logistically challenging to have Riverfest there. So now, and the city was replacing the 6th Street Bridge too. So
Don't remind me.
yeah, that is thankfully done. And we are now able to, so you got to load the stage in from the bike trail. So now we can actually logistically do that. We've got the development that's pretty much done. So it's all systems go, and we're going to bring it back to the amphitheater on Downtown River Greenway, right at the foot of the Arc of Dreams. And it is, I think, one of the most spectacular places to have an event
Yeah, it is beautiful.
in the entire state, really. I mean, there's some great places, but that location for me, it just, I love it. I think it's just great visuals, great music. You get great people there with great food.
Well, it's cool when you see the
doesn't
space,
get much better.
when you see it occupied. Because like you walk by and it's like, oh, it's nice. There's some terraced steps there and things like that, like on both sides of the river. When you see it occupied during Riverfest, it's really cool because you're like, oh, this is what it's meant for. It's like how it's supposed to, full of people, everyone moving around. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
So-
big community celebration. So yeah, we kick things off with some great music. We're trying
What
to
day?
elevate that. Oh, this is going to be Saturday, August 17th.
There you go.
4 to 7.
Okay.
And we'll be kicking off the lineup with the Teals, and they are a local band. They do it's mostly bluegrass.
Oh, fun.
And they're really fun. They'll be our pre-opener, and then we've got Matt D and the Roadside Revival, and
Yeah, they're good.
yeah, I don't know how you would describe their genre. Very unique. Very, I would say heavy guitars.
I was like, are they
good
Americana?
rock. Yeah, Americana. Kind of folk rock, I suppose.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good grab.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Kid Dakota is a musician from the Twin Cities, and he's been to Sioux Falls before. And he's been around for a while. And sort of, gosh, I don't know how you describe his genre. It's all very rock,
Yeah.
at least rock or rock adjacent. And, some of his early stuff is almost a little bit reminiscent of Pink Floyd in some ways. So excited to have Kid Dakota here.
Okay.
And then our headliner is Indigenous with,
awesome.
they've got strong South Dakota roots.
Yeah.
Originally it was a group of a couple of brothers and I think some their cousins that started Indigenous. Cool. And I think they're from around the Wagner area, but they've blown up, and I think back in the early 2000s, and they've toured all around the country, and very good blues rock band that with some strong South Dakota roots. So we're excited to have them headlining.
Yeah.
And, just a lot of activities going on around it as well. We've got a beer garden that's going to be there later in the evening. That'll turn over into a beer bingo tent.
Yes.
We mentioned Wood Grain earlier. There are our friends that Wood Grain are going to be putting that on.
Very cool.
So they always pack the tent with beer bingo.
Yeah.
Is Raven still like the food truck world?
Yep.
Is what I call it.
Yeah.
This is like you cross the bridge and you go to the food truck
The
world.
land of plenty. Across
right.
you gotta walk across.
Yeah. We're trying to have a little bit of everything on both sides, which
okay.
isn't always easy to do. But so there'll be some food trucks on the Sharapa side along Reed Street, but it's going to be more like snacks and stuff. But if you want more of the heavy kind of fare like food that you typically expect from a food truck, it's on the Raven side. We've got a vendor fair over there as well. We always partner with Friends of the Big Sioux. They do a raffle. It's a great way to raise awareness about the work that they do to protect our river. It's our greatest natural amenity, and
Right.
we got some work to do to try to improve upon that. And
It's
find
actually
some-
kind of full this year though, which is awesome.
yeah.
gonna have water.
Well, I think I heard they diverted some of the water so that it was easier to reconstruct the 6th Street Bridge, and I think I think it's back to its normal
Are you guys
levels.
doing the like kayaking or the canoeing?
So
I know you guys did that previously.
yeah, we've done canoe and kayak rides or canoe rides in the past. I can't remember if we. I'm dangerous with the
okay.
details, Alana. I don't know.
You're
You know.
dangerous.
How do we get some sort of like riverside seats, right? So if we aren't going to kayak in, like
Or like what time should you get there?
like if I was going to, let's say somebody's going to float a barge down the river and just kind of park, and
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we can offline it, Joe.
would-
We'll offline it.
I would say, get a nice meal. You get the food coma afterwards. Get the inner tube out, or waders and flippers, whatever suits you. I don't know. The
That's
rubber
our-
Suits you.
So the reason I
water
asked you, the
wings,
reason I
maybe
asked you
not
that is
water
because I got
wings.
asked the other day, and there's our answer, Tone. Somebody asked me the other day, like, how can we get a boat down there to like hang out during Riverfest? And I was like, you can't. I don't think you can. But waders,
You know what? I think there's a boat launch. What part of the Greenway is that?
I know, but I feel like it's like
right by like 14th and Cliff. I think there's a little bit of a canoe launch there, if I remember correctly.
Do you know what? Is
there it is,
anything
Tom. Get your
happening?
raft.
Oh my lord! Is anything happening in the new? I don't know the term for it, but the new like I keep want to say foyer, but that is not.
Interlink?
No, the Sharapa Center, the new where they're gonna have events.
the plaza,
Yeah.
Like the
courtyard type of thing?
plaza,
Like
the
in between-
courtyard.
They've
That's
got
the
they've
word.
got like a sort of a promenade.
Yeah, are they doing
pedestrian
anything
promenade
with
there.
that? I know it'll be like brand new.
Yes. I think it will, for the most part, be completed. And I was speaking with Ann Haber a bit ago, and they are going to get some swings as kind of a permanent
cute.
feature there. They've got some sculptures that just went up.
Those
I
are
cannot
cool. I
remember
saw
the
those.
sculptor, but man, they're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like these kind of like modern looking totems in a
They
way.
have, like lights and stuff. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah, very cool stuff. And then for Riverfest in that area, we're going to have kids' activities right where Reed Street and that promenade intersect. So we'll have the Magic Art Bus, Zoomobile, Phil Baker will be there rocking out, and then those food trucks we're calling Dessert Alley. So it's a perfect place to take the kids.
That's all we need.
Yeah, yeah.
Sugar and spice.
Yeah. take Owen down there and see what he's
Get them all
see what he sees.
hyped up. I will
Yeah.
do that actually.
How was his birthday this year, by the way? I have to ask because we
Oh
share
yeah,
we share a birthday.
How was your birthday? They have the
good.
same
It was
birthday.
good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they
quiet.
ran into each other at Crawford's one year.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, happy birthday. And he was like, hey man, happy birthday.
He was
Buy-
good.
Did you buy Owen a milk or something?
I got him an old fashioned.
Yeah, sent him one in like
yeah.
wait,
Cool, yeah.
raise a glass.
Yeah. Here's a Maker's Rocks from the guy down the way. Cheers, kid.
Here's
know.
you, young chap.
Oh,
No,
he
he's
had
a good guy.
He
What
had,
is
he
what
had a
is he
disco
now?
party.
14?
He acts like it.
22?
He's 5.
Crazy.
I know. It's crazy. How old are you now?
33.
God, you're a baby. What?
Child.
You are, but you've lived like 8 lives.
City moms.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, anything else we should know what's going on before we hop into the Gizame that you're
I
going
don't
to
think
kick
so.
our ass at?
Yeah, so-
We'll see. No, I think I think we covered Riverfest. I guess if you're looking for more details on it, go to DTSF.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I should say, if you want to volunteer, I have volunteered at it. It's really fun. So check that out too.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, volunteering is always a good time.
Getting in a beer tent and cracking some beers and spreading the joy.
Yeah, and it's like not that long of a shift.
Yeah.
It's super easy and everyone's in a great mood. And
Yeah.
I suggest
It's a good time.
Well,
good
here
time.
we go. Should we? You tucked my yes.
I folded the bottom of these pages because I wanted us to participate too, and I only picked up one answer, so I'm not going to answer the one that I
Okay.
thought about. So we can either do this on a time, like, do you guys want to do this timed?
Timed?
Like, meaning like the first one to hit the table,
Yes,
or
let's do that.
how
Let's
are we
do
doing
that.
this?
Let's do
Okay.
Okay.
So I won't
Somebody can
answer
just be
this first
faster than
one
Joe.
because I'm DQ'd from this one because I know what the answer to this one is.
I don't know this one. I already told you.
Okay.
So Joe, you're just gonna have to get this.
So you guys are going to look at the screen and hands off the table. And the first one to put their hand fully on the table, no tap like that. You got to put your hand on the table, gets to guess. So, all right. Get a good practice rep in.
Is that the appropriate tap?
Sure, whatever.
little
You know
lighter.
what I
Or
mean?
do I-
They'll live.
You wanna lift
we just we're gonna place our hand on the table.
Okay.
We're not spanking the table, Joe.
Okay. Got it.
This is a placement.
I don't know. Got a little
This is-
excited,
this is in
you know?
fact
I feel like you've done this before, the Joe, though. Like, you're a little love tap. It was
Come
like,
on, Joe. Like we know. Come on. We've all been there. You know what I mean? None of that.
he has kids. All right. Anyways. Okay.
We are going to be placing our hands on the table. First one to go there. Yep. So hands off the table. All right. Look in 3, 2, 1.
Well,
He already
Josiah's.
knows.
that's Josiah's?
Oh, we should add the caveat. The logos have been removed.
Well, yeah.
So we're looking for we're like landmark.
Wow, that looks weird naked.
I just want the
Okay.
viewers at home to understand there's not it's the logo without the
Well,
logo.
they can see
She
it,
means
right?
without
Aren't
the
we gonna
logo.
show it?
Yeah, we'll have them pulled up. I just want to clarify.
God, we're good
for
at this
now.
production.
Actually, yeah. So you guys should be seeing that as well. We should, and we'll have
Wow.
we'll pull it up and time it. So that they
Josiah's
can
is
play
way
along.
more attractive when it's
Branded.
put together.
That sign's carrying a lot of the weight. I was gonna say that sign's doing a lot of the work for him.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't scrolled through the rest of these either, so we're gonna do this
Oh,
next
I think
one.
I cheated and I saw the next one.
You guys
I
ready?
didn't see the name, but I know what it is. Parker's.
Boom.
That is Parker's. Let me just verify. Actually, I can't without
Stop.
cheating for the rest of them. Okay, so Alanis is Parker's. That is correct. That is in fact Parker's. If you haven't been down there lately to check out the Myrtles edition, highly recommend.
Yeah.
The Squires are running that front of house stuff now, and they just do an
Amazing
incredible
cocktails.
job. Yeah, really good job. All right, here's the next one. Ooh,
Oh.
Wiley's.
Yeah.
No, that's not Wiley's.
100%. It's got to be.
MB Haskett.
Nope.
Oh, is that the side door at Wiley's?
It's got to be. That's got to
Yeah.
be Wiley's.
It's
that-
the
That's
it's the
that
south
weird
door.
exit.
Yeah.
Well, look at the building. It's like the red, the building with the trim. That's got to be Wiley's.
Is that Wiley's? Damn it.
There you go. Which is odd that I got that so quick because I'm not a frequent flyer at Wiley's.
Apparently. Yeah, okay.
They got my picture on the wall that I'm just wearing like a disguise.
Haven't been there in a while.
Do not let this man
I'm
in.
not allowed.
All right, here comes the next one. Ready yourselves? That was Alana.
The
She beat me
brakes.
to that. That is the brakes. I can verify I was just there.
Wow.
I really like what they do with their. All right, I'm going to talk to Joe now. I really like what they've done with their the pallet patio they've got up during the summer.
Yeah, the
You know what I mean?
parklet.
Oh, they
the
do a great
parklets.
job.
Yeah,
the
there you go.
parklet. That's
And
kinda neat.
I will say, they have some of the best merch in town.
Yeah, they do.
I would agree.
For being so small, too. It's like a small coffee shop
but mighty.
with amazing merch.
Well,
Yeah.
those guys have been roasting and wholesaling for a long time.
Yeah, Corey's been
like,
doing that for
yeah.
like 25 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, since he was born.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause he was a black
He's
sheep.
26.
He's a black sheep, just like
Man.
turning
Yeah.
the thing for like, yeah. That was
Yeah, that was my spot back in the day.
Wasn't it great?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Love black sheep.
My sister went there like every day. I don't know why I just shared that.
We just both kind of like,
Sorry, that was like my therapy.
nice. And what part of you and what part of you is bothered by that?
Okay, go to the next one.
Okay.
Go to the next one. You guys both are so quiet. Okay.
Oh, dang it.
Roots of Brazil.
Fine. Yeah, it's the door.
I'll take
Trust.
your word.
Is that trust? Is that door?
Joe says
Wait,
trust.
okay, because that was Bredico before, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And
Bredico,
so-
and then before that, Queen City Bakery.
Queen City Bakery. I was gonna say that. Okay. Is the door still annoying?
It's super annoying.
Because remember, it's
think
like
so.
push hard, like shut it.
Well, it's got that step up, and it's a lot of resistance.
Yeah.
So if you're not ready for it,
I think it's easier to open. I don't remember it being difficult to open.
I just remember like there's
Lately.
always like an aggressive sign.
Yeah.
I want to just quick side note, just talking about downtown hit stories, right? Like this.
Okay.
I have a weird nostalgia. Like the peak nostalgia for me was like early, like when Fernson on 8th was there.
Yeah.
And you could go to Fernson on 8th,
that.
go to Bredico, get a pie.
Yeah.
I mean, and just sit and have a beer from Fernson and a pizza from Bredico, and it would like snow outside. I did that a couple of times, like when it was snowing, like you just like sit out there in the
Yeah.
winter. Like there's a
Magical.
weird kind of like, don't get me wrong, Roots of Brazil is amazing, one of my favorite restaurants downtown. But there's just some weird nostalgia about the old Bredico place doing pies.
And I'm sure
stuff.
you know
I
this,
mean,
that they still have that dog art that's part of the wall.
Yes.
And
It's
it's
a-
just hidden.
Yes. because it was painted on the wall.
Yes.
The dog's playing poker. It's in Convolo now, right? Not
Like it
Convolo.
cannot
okay.
historically be removed or something.
Oh,
No,
really?
'cause it's part of the
Yeah.
original.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And it's like the most amazing piece of art I've ever seen in my
I
life.
wonder if that dates back to when that was Stockman's Bar.
Stockman's Bar.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What was
I think
that?
it was like in the, I don't know how long it had been there.
Was it
but
just like
it was
kind of
kind of a
a
seedy bar a little bit. Back in the
kind of like a
day.
dive bar?
Yeah. I don't know when that would have closed down, but probably like around 2000. But JJ's Stockman's Bar, something like that.
What's your favorite like low key bar downtown?
Ooh.
Probably the Top Hat.
Oh, yes.
I do like the Top Hat. I don't go there that often, but yeah, if I'm going low key,
Yeah.
that's definitely on the list.
Do tourists get confused a lot by hi ho and hello hi?
Tourists, our team, my team of locals gets confused by hi ho and hello hi.
Because like I feel
time.
like probably a lot of tourists would show up, but like not to say either one is like not great, but I feel like someone would show up to like the hi ho and be like, I thought this was like tropical.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we.
Their rum drinks suck.
This Bud Light is not definitely with an umbrella.
This is hams and it's warm. Actually, you can get hams. You can get hams in a can at the Hello Hi too. Just with better service, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that's on here. Let's see. Let's go.
All right, next one. You guys ready?
Yep.
Sure.
Let's do this. Tommy Jacks.
Yep. Tommy Jacks.
Good one.
I don't know who hit it first.
I think you did. I held back. I was just slapping without even recognizing it first.
V always asks me if I'm like sponsored by Tommy Jacks because I'm always telling people how good it is and how great the food is. And he's like, "Are they paying you?"
Yeah, they secretly somehow.
I tell you what, though, Saturday afternoon, going to Tommy Jack's, getting some Chislick and a tomato beer. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Dude, and their patty melt, best patty melt in town, in my opinion.
Okay. I don't know if I've had the patty melt.
Now you
so
will.
it's on the list.
Tell V that you tried it, and he'll be like, "God damn it!"
Be like, yeah, Alana told me about the patty melt over there. It was really good.
I went to Tommy Jacks and
Yeah.
Lana just said, because like I've dragged him there like 3 times because V likes his Grey Goose and fancy places. And he always comes in and he's like, "Why do we keep coming here?" I'm like,
Yeah, I
"Why
don't know.
not?"
Yeah. Yeah, depending on what you're looking for. I mean, hey, everybody needs a. Yeah.
And they have one of the best
Everybody needs a
patios
hobby.
as
You know,
well in
everybody
Sioux
needs a hobby.
Falls.
Yeah, for sure.
Tommy
Good
Jacks.
patio games.
Sponsor
Good
me.
activities there.
Give me a
Yeah.
tab. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Here's the next. I don't know how many of these there are, so we're just going to go until obviously we're out of them. Oh, damn. Joe beat me to it.
That is Harvester Kitchen.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So, yeah, I guess this answer depends.
I almost said Chef Lance's, and that's not, yeah.
No, that is
I
the
did
Harvester
think that
building.
I
first.
know.
Yeah.
Harvester
but you can
building.
see the steel or the old Sioux Steel.
Yep, Sioux
back
Steel's
there.
right there. The Harvester building. I don't know. It's either Harvester Kitchen by Brian or
Back in the day, it was the market.
the Market.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
market, bless.
They had a good run on Burger Battle. I think they won 3 years in a row. I think it was year 2, 3, and 4, or maybe 3,
Always
4, and 5.
super well executed.
Oh, so good.
Is Harvester still doing that like $100 menu?
Yes.
Damn.
He also has a test kitchen. So just
Yeah.
quick shout out for Harvester Kitchen. They have a test kitchen event. I think it happens on Tuesdays. And if you're looking if you're really heavy into the food thing and you want to just go get a great experience, it's basically where they test new menu items, but they also are playing with different concepts, different things
really?
like that. And he kind of uses it
Tuesdays.
as a training ground as well. So
My wife and I just went there a week ago to celebrate our 21st wedding anniversary.
hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Bury the lead.
I got the 9-course and I got the wine pairing, and apparently you get a glass of wine with every course.
Major flex.
That was a little much. So just be prepared if you're
Yep.
thinking you
Yeah.
want to do that. But I tell you, if you want an experience like you're in an episode of The Bear, go to the Harvester
Oh,
Kitchen.
100%.
It is so good.
My dad, we did not know they changed to the really expensive menu. So my dad took 5 of us out to eat.
Oh.
And now he's on OnlyFans. So check him out. I don't know.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to beat your ass.
His
Let's go.
OnlyFans is at Big Al with 3 G's.
Check it
Gosh.
out if you want to see if that name is ironic or not.
Big Al on OnlyFans. You can find it here. That's got
By
to
the way,
make.
can we talk about how much we're talking about dicks at the Olympics?
Oh.
There's so much dick talk.
Truth be told, I haven't watched a ton of the Olympics.
You haven't heard any like the guy's dick.
The pole vaulter.
Oh no, I did see the guy.
I mean, for
It didn't stop
if
him.
it's
He hit
if it's
it.
going to be any sport where that topic comes
it's got to
up,
be the one with pole in the name,
vaulting's
right?
gotta be the
Yeah,
most
he's got to be
appropriate.
pole in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's diving, and now everyone's like seeing how people are packing when they jump off the
I don't know,
diving
man.
board.
We've had Olympics and the Olympic related attire for years, and it's like just now we got 4K TV, and just now we're like, oh.
I mean, it is very realistic.
No, I think so. The only thing I saw about I did see kind of a clever post on social media about I don't know if they make like sports performance wear or like just jock straps in general, whatever the case is, but a company was like, hey, we're going to sponsor you. They put a picture of the guy. They're like, we think you're a great athlete. We're going to sponsor you with some of our jock strap wear. And I was like, all right, they're
Good
Oh,
for
the,
him.
the pole vault
making
guy,
the best of a bad
he's
situation.
making so much money, and they've like OnlyFans is trying to get him to come on. Like they're like, I will pay you so much money if you come on.
What's the technical term, like the military term for like is a very specific term.
BDE.
Dick Bicketh.
No, a Pyrrhic victory. So a Pyrrhic victory is like a victory that's so it's close. It's close to a defeat. Like it's hard to call if it's a victory or not because we won, but at what cost?
Yeah.
And like this guy.
He
with
lost
his
the
situation.
event, but
he
he
lost
won.
the event, but he won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he lost the medal, but I'll tell you what, he feels like it feels like he's coming out on top. So no, I haven't. See, I don't know how
Or
we got there, by
bottom.
the way, folks. I do, for 47 seconds, I do not know how we got there.
Oh, we talked
Big
about Big
Al.
Al going on
Big
OnlyFans
Al.
for Harvester. Okay, next picture. Let's see. What does it look like here?
I really hope the Big Al OnlyFans comment just makes it to Instagram with no context. It's just like, dude. Well, the Al's on OnlyFans. All right, moving right along, folks. Prepare yourselves.
Mint basil.
Oh, dang it. I thought it was
You slapped first.
I did.
I thought it was
gave you a
CH
second.
Patisserie.
No, I did.
Did you think it was CH Patisserie?
I thought it was maybe.
I did too.
I thought it was maybe Bros Brasserie, and then I took 2 seconds to look in the reflection, and I said, nope, that's incorrect.
Oh, is that Minerva's? What is that?
No, that's going to be like Zanbros type, not Zanbros type of stuff.
It's like-
Crawford's.
Architect. What's the architects now that are in there? Vanderwall.
Vanderbilt.
In the old old
if you look at
Redfield
the reflection
space.
there,
Is
you
that
can
mint and
see
basil?
Primp.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that mint basil?
Yeah.
We got confirmation
basil.
on that. He's
Okay,
right.
Dang it.
Back from the booth. We got confirmation. Joe Batcheller. Who knew? Who thought?
I mean, I thought we were just doing all restaurants. Now I'm really.
You know, you probably should have done strip malls with me.
Yeah, we should.
Oh my gosh.
This is the Bridges on
You would have
57th
stumped
Street.
me.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Let's go.
You ready? That's a high posture. That's a very high ready to try to make
I'm
it all the way.
trying. I'm determined.
That's just a long way to go. If you'll notice, we're prepped down here.
All right, prep your
All
ass.
right,
for
ready?
the next
1, 2, 3. Wait, is that it?
Is that it?
Dang it! That
I
was
love
it.
this game.
Me too.
By the way, thanks for warning us that was last.
Well, no, I think she put the numbers down here.
Well, yeah, but you can't cheat.
I know. I tried.
So
to
I'm
do
assuming
it.
Joe.
So we had So one was Josiah's. I want to say Joe got that one. Parker's Bistro.
Me.
Alana got that one. Wiley's. I got that one. The Breaks. Alana got. Roots of Brazil. Joe got. Tommy Jack's. We'll give to you.
I'm sponsored by Tommy
Harvester. We'll give to Joe. And Mint and Basil will give to Joe.
So Joe won.
I think Joe won, which is not a
Hey,
surprise.
I was close.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's your regular stomping grounds.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just thrown
Well
off because
done.
I did not know retail was coming up. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's my only
Yeah. Hey,
excuse.
you know what? Like I said,
I
everybody
was
needs.
told that land use was excluded.
Yeah, I thought zoning. We just
Yeah.
as far as what particular things we'd be doing.
Please.
It is kind of cool to see some of these places how iconic like the building is. You know, I don't always think that we like. There's a lot of little things in downtown, especially if you live here. You kind of can walk by and just ignore or not see, but like there's a lot of really cool features. So,
Exactly.
shameless plug for downtown Sioux Falls.
Exactly. I will say before we sign off, will you talk quickly about the new? Because I know, like, you know, everyone has an opinion and everyone's like they're about stuff. Can you talk about the new walkability streets
Yeah, so
and how to utilize them and what to expect?
Okay, I will try. So there's been conversations about how to improve walkability downtown for many years, and we decided to really hit the gas pedal this year. And I ripped off a great name from downtown Jacksonville, and we were calling it Labs Walkability Plan. Lab stands for Lively and Beautiful Streets.
Love it.
So my friend who does marketing for downtown Jacksonville told me I could steal it. So.
Oh, there you go.
No trademark infringement there. But so yeah, there's a lot of things in there. One of them was the painted bump outs, and that's like the most noticeable thing that people have experienced
It
as
kind
of
of looks a little
recently.
Dr. Seussy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
A little bit.
Yeah, but couldn't we all use a little more whimsy?
But that's what
Sure.
I'm saying. I'm not saying I hate it.
You know?
I'm saying I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think we could all use a little more whimsy in our day to day.
Whimsy, good word.
Yeah.
Yes,
Pragmatic,
I think downtown
whimsical.
is the place to experience whimsy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, there's these green areas of the street that were painted, and it's supposed to provide a bit of a visual cue for drivers that hey, there's something different going on here. And we've got these fancy, they're called traffic delineators that create a physical and visual barrier between the pedestrian area and the traffic area. Unfortunately, some of them have been run over, but we knew that was going to happen.
Damn it, South Dakota.
It's a pilot
Come
project,
on.
though. And with
True.
a pilot project, you don't know how it's going to turn out. And so we're making an omelet here. You got to break a few eggs, right? And I think
cars.
for the most part, yeah, or cars.
I think we need to hold our community members and neighbors, Joe, to a higher standard, especially behind the wheel.
Sure, I would love that.
Accountability begins
In a perfect
with you,
world.
people.
There you go. The more you know.
Good. So, is this going to be something we expand? Something we continue to
It'll-
work on?
Yeah, so this will go on through September. And then we'll see. We're collecting data. We're seeing how fast the traffic moved before and after. And with that, that'll be able to provide some good information for the city to use. Eventually, 10th and 11th are going to be reconstructed, and it'll be years down the road. But this will be able to provide some information as to whether or not it's worth having some permanent features like this, not just paint and delineators.
As a resident of a street downtown that might be involved in some of these pilot programs, it's super busy, and there's not a lot of traffic signals beyond like your immediate like Phillips corridor. So like once you go, I would say east, like west, you've got like Dakota, Maine, then you hit Minnesota, all that stuff. Like there's a lot of lights and things like that, and that's fairly well. That's done. I think once you start going east with all the development happening that way, like tons of people are just parking on the street. And you got pedestrians using areas that are not like crosswalks. You got a lot of foot traffic, and it's just a matter of time, at least in my opinion, my very limited opinion, of like we got to put something down there. So I love the idea of these. I don't know. I call them bumpers, right? Whatever the thing
Bump
is.
outs.
Yeah,
Bumper
outs.
cars.
Yeah, the bump outs that just slow people down and just allow like, hey, like there's more visual cues because you got a lot of people crossing the street back and forth.
For sure.
Especially you get something going on a weekend or like the block parties now, and you've
Right.
seen it like all the way down 8th. Parked, people are lining both sides parking, and that's just, it's fine. But if I'm trying to leave my parking lot, I can't see either way, and it's just a little dicey. So
For sure.
just saying,
I think another reminder too to go with that is like also if you're a pedestrian,
please use the
Look.
crosswalks.
Yeah.
Can I use this
hey,
as a
even if you don't
platform?
use a crosswalk,
No.
crosswalk, just look.
I'm gonna
because so
disagree.
many people boldly just look straight, and it's like, if I die,
Well, I'm gonna add one step further, and I get it. I've been known to just cross where it's necessary, trying to time it between the vehicles. But like we've got on 8th Street and even on Phillips now, there's multiple places where you can cross, and you don't have to be at a light. There's a couple of places where there's a pedestrian crosswalk with a sign, and it's like take the 10 steps to go to that.
right,
Like it just and this
makes everything easier.
I'm aware. So
And
if you
safer.
see me on the street, don't at me. I know I'm aware. I'm human. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying my best to use the crosswalk. But man, it's difficult. You got like people crossing it 3 or 4 different places throughout the street, and now I'm backing all that traffic up. Especially there's a bunch of you.
You know what? Drivers can wait. No.
They got blind spots
They've
are for
got
other
air
people. Yeah,
conditioning.
yeah.
Right.
No, but it is important just to make downtown a more pedestrian-friendly environment because, there's a lot of families that like to come downtown. We want to make it inviting for everyone and just making sure that it's a safer place.
Well, like you said, a lot more people are going to be living here.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
okay, real quick too, can you do a recap on the important details for Riverfest?
Yes. So August 17th at the downtown River Greenway, we'll be having some music at the amphitheater. You got food trucks in the Raven parking lot and beer garden.
And dessert row.
Dessert row. You got kids activities. Ride your bike down. We'll have Falls area bicyclists with their bike corral, so you can lock it there and leave it. Or
Very cool.
there's a huge, giant parking garage just east of Sharapa that you can park into. So it's super easy to get to. It's going to be happening from 4 to 7. And I'm super psyched that we got Indigenous this year as our
That'll
headline.
be
Yeah,
super
it's
fun.
awesome.
It's going to be
That'll a good time.
fantastic.
It's always a good time.
And where can people catch up with Downtown Sioux Falls?
I recommend either on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, or DTSF.com. We've got a ton of information on our website when it comes to events and all sorts of downtown resources.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how to get here, we've got parking information there as well. So
And going into the fall, we're going to have a lot more activities as well.
for sure, Pork Showdown coming down the pike, Art
Yeah,
and Wine
hungry.
Walk on the heels of that, then Parade of Lights. I could go on.
You could.
I feel like I blinked and the Parade of Lights was like last week. I don't know why.
I
just
know.
felt like we just had it. Crazy.
Well, thanks for all you do.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This
Thanks
is fun.
Thanks for being on the show. We'll be back sometime.
Hey, we didn't end this very awkwardly. This is great. I'm proud
Look
of
at
us.
us. Yeah, that's what we call growth.
Hey, see you next time on the 605 Show.
Go find Big Al on OnlyFans.
Trail man, let's go. You are now rocking with the. You are now you're rocking with